As I head into the fall season of trade shows, I'm sure you're all getting ready yourselves. I thought this is the perfect time to talk about marketing your events, whether you're hosting it, whether you're speaking at it, or whether you're attending it. Because I just went through this myself. And so I thought today would be a great time to talk about what I've done with events, how I've helped clients of mine put on their events, or what I'm going to be doing as I speak at events. But I'd like it, whoever's listening, if you'd like to ask a question, jump in, tell me the tactics you use. What do we all do to get the most out of the trade shows we go to? We're all short on time. So if we're going to spend our time to go to a show, you got to make it worthwhile. So let's jump in. I want to talk about some of the things that I did recently. The first thing is, sit down and look at the different trade shows that are out there, because gosh knows there are a ton of them. And you need to determine which trade shows really are going to be towards your target audience. Which trade shows should you attend? But which trade shows maybe you should start hosting because it will be a benefit to your target audience. So that's the first thing, is to sit down and make sure there is a good alignment of who your target audience is. Here's a for instance. World Innovators is a B2B marketing company. We have been on HubSpot since 2010. This week, it's the big HubSpot conference. So you might say, well, Donna, why aren't you there? Yes, we're on the HubSpot platform, and I do like the platform, but we're very industrial oriented. We do a lot of things with the metalworking, the pharmaceutical, the food industry space. So our time is better spent going to industry specific shows than to be going to big, huge marketing shows. Now, don't get me wrong, it was pretty attractive when I knew Derek Jeter was going to be there, Reese Witherspoon was going to be there. That's exciting, but was it going to fuel our goal as a company? No. And so that's a very, I guess, easy decision, but it's just showing you how you have to sit down and analyze which shows do you go to. I can't go to every marketing show that's out there. It's not even humanly possible. But then for us, it's also important that we don't look at shows that are predominantly B2C, because that is not our wheelhouse. We even have to be careful if it's B2B, because it has to be in specific niche areas. There's a specific way to doing marketing to those specific areas, and that's why we need to be at those shows. But really, what works best for us is going to those industry specific conferences. So when we're going to these industry specific conferences, you've got to do some branding of yourself to let people know, hey, I'm going to be there. Check out the networking events. I'm going to FabTech next week in Chicago. And so you sit down with the agenda of events. You find out what sessions are important for you to go to listen to, because it's going to give you the information you need. Then also, when you're looking at these trade shows, look to see what type of networking events do they have. Is it breakfasts? Do they have roundtables? Do they do like a speed networking thing? Do they do late night events? You've got to pick and choose and figure out which networking events you should be at. If you are new to this, to a specific industry, to doing trade shows, I know it's intimidating. It is intimidating to walk into a big exhibit hall and see all these people. It seems like they all know each other, but no one knows who you are. We have all been in that same spot. You need to get yourself up there. You need to say hello, introduce yourself, and start talking to these people. This is how you are going to start building that strong network, those relationships that are going to help you grow as an individual through your industry, but will also help your business grow. So, one, go and pick and choose the right trade shows for your target audience, for your goals. Two, you've got to navigate that landscape of trade shows. Like I said, put them in priority order, because right now, the fall, there's a bunch of different trade shows. I'm going to go to them, but I put them in priority order on how I'm going to promote them, how much time we're going to allocate towards it, so that everything we do feeds our mission as a company, World Innovators, but also helps us achieve our goals. The best thing my team does for me is they kind of rein me in, because it was up to me. I would be out there going to every show, talking to everyone, and they'll sit there going, why are you going to that show? What are you trying to accomplish at that show? Is that really going to fuel our mission? Is that going to help us achieve our goals? I love that my team does this because, like I said, they rein me in. They'll be like, Donna, that is not cost effective. That is not even worth your time doing that. It's not the right area. Try to get that back end team together that kind of holds you accountable of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and is it going to help fuel your goals? So, one, like I said, pick out the right trade shows for you to achieve your goals, but then prioritize those trade shows so that you are allocating the right amount of time for the most important shows. And then you go down. The third thing is, now this is if you are holding your own event, or even still, if you're going to attend an event, or for me, I'm going to be speaking at an event. At the beginning of October, I'll be speaking at PMA's event. It's the Industry 4.0. I'm going to be talking about empowering manufacturers with AI and Chat GPT. I want to get a lot of people in there to listen to that session. Not because I'm selling services, because I'm not really manufacturing AI Chat GPT. I want to inform companies. I want them to know what AI tools are out there so that they can start to think about what they should be using. So you've got to be strategic. You have to set up kind of an innovative strategy on how you're going to do this. Like I said, whether it's marketing your own events. One thing you have to do, and this is for hosting event or attending event, you've got to make sure that when you are marketing or putting those promotions out there, it goes across several different channels. Maybe you send an email, you do a social post, you do a banner ad in a newsletter, you email your house list, you do a nice nurturing campaign to your house list. Maybe do little introductory videos of the different speakers that will be at the show. Because it could be a 2-minute video of one of your speakers, could be that aha moment for a person who's sitting there going, should I go to this trade show? Should I not? I'm not going to learn anything new. But if they see a new speaker that they've never heard before, and that person is talking about a topic which is top of mind for them, AI is top of mind for everyone, and they get to know who the speaker is. So if it's for me, they see 2 minutes, they see who I am, they see how I speak. They might say, God, she's boring. I'm not going to that session. Or they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I like that energy. Or she is way too quirky. I am not going to that one. Whatever it is, people start to get a feel for the show. They get a feel for the speakers that are out there. And you can take those videos and you can trickle them down to people to get them to register for the event. The other thing is, like I said, you want a multi-channel approach, but get out there, get on other people's podcasts. Let them interview you about your event, the benefits of the event. Why are they interviewing you? Are they going to attend the event? You just start to create a nice conversation about the event. It's not just, oh, we're having this event, register. No, kind of like, it's just like you get together with a group of friends. They say they might have a party. You're like, yeah. But then they talk about it more, about what the theme might be, what the food might be. And then you're like, oh, okay. You know what? If you're having that to eat, I'm there. Chocolate cake, I am there. No, but you see what I mean? That you've got to get your message out across several different channels with different messaging. One, yes, here's the event, here's the date, here's the time. Then maybe the little introduction of the speakers. Then a good overview of the networking events that will be available. Maybe some testimonial of what people got out of the networking events last year. Right now, B2B especially is about building relationships. And as much as I'm going to be talking about AI, one thing AI can't do right now is build those personal relationships. Networking has to be top of mind for all companies, especially right now. Now is the chance for you to create those connections with people so you can deepen those relationships and they'll become loyal clients of yours for years to come. They enjoy your show. Guess what? They're going to keep going back. I just went to a Meta show last year in May. I saw the announcement, it just came out. I'm going to that show. It was a great show with great content with the people. And it's funny, I came back to the office and said, these are our people. That's what you want. You want to go to trade shows where you get home and go, these are my people. They understand my issues. They can help me. This trade show is going to help us reach our goals as a company. So as an event, if you're promoting an event, make sure it's across different channels. Make sure that you are using different types of messaging that offer some value. You've got to offer value and be consistent. You can't just do one email blast and hope that you're going to get the attendance that you want. More and more with events, people are registering later and later. So yes, offer those deals on, okay, do the early bird special and give them a good incentive to register early. You do that, they will sign up. Because if you don't give them that good incentive, they'll be like, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing in May, so let's just hold off here. Then you have the chance that they forget about your event. They find a different event to go to. You lose them, basically. You don't want to lose them. So go in with that early bird price that is very attractive. Then, of course, you can have your regular pricing. And then there's your at the door pricing, which, yes, should get hit with some kind of extra charge because they're doing it last minute. Because, like I said, registering for events, people are doing it very late. I have heard of events getting big jumps 2 days before the event, which to me sounds a little crazy to think like 2 days before the event, you're going to get all your travel stuff together. But it is. That is the way it is. So you've got to get it out there in a strategic across multiple channels. You have to keep the messaging different. So don't just plummet the same social post out there across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, same images. No, you've got to change it up, but change up the messaging too so it offers that value and starts deepening the reasons why they should attend your event. Now, you have to do the same if you're just going to attend an event or if you're going to speak at events. You've got to get the message out there. You got to make sure everyone on your house list knows, hey, you are speaking at that event. What that does is maybe they won't be able to go to the event to listen to you speak, but maybe they'll ask you for a recording. Or possibly they say, oh, you know what? You spoke on that topic. Could you come to our trade show and speak for that topic? So you need to make people aware of the events you're going to, speaking at, offer them some valuable pieces from it. So for me, with my speech, I'm going to give little excerpts of what's happening in the speech so that people will be like, oh, you know what? This is of interest to me. I really need to go to this session. And you get more people at your session. If you're going to write a speech, you're going to put it all together. You want to make sure there's people in the room. Otherwise, that is a waste of time on your part. So work on that. And then, like I said, you've got to leverage the power of your personal brand. That helps build credibility. So people might be like, well, why are you speaking at that event? Well, we are members of the association, the PMA, the Precision Metal Forming Association. We have worked in these industrial spaces for over 20 years. And as a marketing company, we have been in existence for 43 years. It starts to give people that feeling like, oh my gosh, they must know what they're doing. They've been around for so many years, or they really understand this industrial specific niche space, which is important because when it comes to marketing, a lot of people say, oh, I'm a marketing expert. Well, what type of marketing do you do? It all has to be handled differently, and it has to be done in a way that nurtures the person while offering value as you inform them. So whether you are having an event, you want to offer that content, those social posts, those emails, those podcast interviews, those videos on YouTube that offer value, a little kind of teaser, just like they do for the movies or trade show, not trade shows, TV shows. They'll give you a little trailer. You like watching the trailers because you're like, okay, I'll watch the trailer. That was so good. I'm going to watch the movie. My only problem with that is I think sometimes they put the best part in the trailer and then the movie's like, so don't do that. But still, get your little teasers out there, get your trailers out there, and start putting that out there as early as possible so that you just start to build that momentum. Just like any marketing strategies, they have to be consistent, and nothing you do can be one and done. For instance, you can't just hold one event and then say, oh my gosh, that didn't work. We're never doing that again. You can't just go to one trade show in that specific industry for that specific company once and say, you know what, that didn't work for us. You've got to give it more than once. You've got to test it out a few times. And if it didn't work the first time, tweak how you handle it the second time. So here we are. Here are the 4 things as we go into this fall event season. 1, make sure you find shows that align with your target audience, your company's mission, and your goals. Then 2, navigate and prioritize all the shows in order. This is our most important show. This is here. And that's also if you're holding events. I know we all like to say, oh, all our events are great. I get that. But which one has more value to it? Those have to get more time with them. Those have to get more promotions. The third thing is you got to set up that innovative strategy across several different channels with different messaging that offers value. Do not just do, oh, we got this show, register. This is who should attend. Come on, guys. Everyone's been doing that for years. You've got to change it up. Like I said, do little videos of each of your speakers. Do a podcast interviewing one of your big exhibitors. Start to give them more legs to their booth space. You make it more worthwhile for people who are exhibiting at your booth. And guess what? Next year, they're going to be like, gosh, we're going to that show. We got so much visibility from that show. So be innovative and think of a strategy that can really nurture the individuals to coming to your event, or nurture the individuals to meet with you at an event if you're going to be there, or as a speaker, nurture those individuals so they're like, oh my gosh, I want to go to that session. This is going to be so much fun. Oh, yeah. So just do that and make sure you're consistent and that you do it over and over. I know these are the things that I sat down with again this year, reevaluated to figure out what shows we should go to this fall, to what capacity will we go. And now we're even talking about our own events. So let me know if this helped. I would love it if you post any comments below about what tactics do you use? How do you determine what trade shows you go to? How do you promote that you are going to those shows? Or how do you get speaking engagements? Just share with us. The whole reason we're here is to help each other succeed. Have a great day. Bye.